This conference will now be recorded.
Now I'm going to do a quick review since we're recording, so just hang with me for a moment. So in today's class, we're going to learn the complete ecosystem of generating and incubating leads using a particular set of kvCORE tools. Those tools being templates, campaigns, and squeeze pages. So the process is identify your target audience. Who are you trying to reach? It could be senior adults, first-time home buyers, people who want to live in pool homes, people who want waterfront homes. It could be investors looking for fixer-uppers. Identify your audience, then build the templates. The templates are the building blocks, and think of them as individual bricks in the house that you're building. And then when the next step is number 3, create campaigns. A campaign, you're just grabbing each of those bricks to build the campaign. You're assembling the campaign. And then finally, you create a squeeze page or landing page to actually attract interest from your target audience when they click through on the ad, whether a Facebook ad or it could be a Google pay-per-click ad. That will be hashtagged. It will link it back to the campaign, put their contact information into your CRM, and then automatically start sending out the campaign or the individual templates that you assembled into that campaign. So they'll start receiving email messages, text messages. You will receive task reminders. You will receive call reminders. All of those things are individual templates. So now that you have your desired audience in mind, go ahead and go to the left side of your screen on the dashboard. Click on Marketing Autopilot. When you do that, the default screen that you will see looks like this. It says My Library, Campaign Library. The tab in the upper left is highlighted by default. We're going to click on Templates. So go ahead and do that. Follow along with me. Now I'm going to minimize my dialog screen so I can get over here to my navigation. On the right side of your screen, there is a green button called Add Template. Let's do that. When you click on it, you're going to get a drop-down menu that says email, SMS. SMS simply means what? Text message, task template, call template, or webhook. Let me describe a webhook real quickly because we're not going to use them, but they're really, really cool. It's kind of like using a Zap, if any of you are Zapier users, but you could have a third-party company, say it's one that sends out your direct mail or your postcard pieces. You could integrate them into the kvCORE loop through a webhook so that when a certain trigger happens, and it could be a hashtag, it could be a status within your campaign, when you get to that point, this third-party company is notified, send a postcard to my client, or deliver that box of chocolates to my client, send out my pre-listing package to this client. So a webhook integrates with third-party companies that are providing other services. It's very high level and very cool. Go ahead and select email template. We're gonna build at least one of each of these very quickly. So template name, write in here your desired audience. So I'm just going to say, for example, fixer, I'm going to say investors. That's my desired audience. Dash day 1 email. And then I want to describe this email in some way. What is my message going to be in this first email to investors? I'm going to be, my first message is going to be, let's go see it. Let's go see some homes. How about that? So your template scope, if you hit a drop-down message right there, you probably just have your name. Is that correct? What options do you have under scope? Okay, select your name. And then subject, this is your email subject. So what do you want this message to appear? I'm going to say the same thing. Let's go see some homes. And then I'm going to write my message. I'm just writing an email message. I like to change the font size to 14. The default is 11. You know, you young people, 11 is no problem. But by the time you got a lot of money to invest in homes, you might need a 14-point font. Okay, so think of your intended audience. If you're appealing to first-time home buyers, you can use an 8-point font if you want. But so just keep that in mind. So I'm going to say hi, and then I'm going to come up here and I'm going to click on this little asterisk in the WYSIWYG. You see it right there? What does WYSIWYG stand for? The WYSIWYG is the name of the email editor, where you have all these options for choosing fonts and everything. It's what you see is what you get. So let's click on the asterisk. It's a merge tag, and I'm gonna scroll down to lead, and then select first name. So now, if it was George who created the lead, it's going to say hi George. It's going to insert his name. And then what is my message to George? I'm going to say, hi George, thanks for checking out the great investment properties on my website. When are you available to go see a few of them? Thanks. And then I'm going to go back up here to the merge tag, the little asterisk, and I'm going to click on agent first name. So it's just going to say thanks Frank. That's it. Now if I scroll down, you'll see at the bottom I have already activated include signature. So I don't need to put anything else in there. It's going to auto-populate the signature I built with my name, Abby Realty, email address, phone number, if I put social media links, anything like that. So this can be very simple. Has everybody completed their first email template?
Well, it put in like if it's a new lead that comes in, like on Boost, is there a way to insert thank you for looking at property at Can you do that?
Somebody said yes. Teresa said yes.
One of the templates that exists already has that where it's checking.
Marina is saying yes also. So that's beyond where I'm able to go in this class. So you may have to tweak your wording, okay? And then get with Teresa to show you how to do that, okay? Okay. All right, so if you're happy with what you have created, go ahead and go to the bottom right-hand corner and select Add Template. And I am recommending that you only do these little short messages. Don't do your letter from the heart. You can have the letter from the heart linked in your signature, but these should be, whether it's a text or an email, very quick messages. Now, come back, go to your search real quick. We're back in templates. Search window is right below the blue navigation bar. Type in the title that you put on yours. So I put investors, remember that? Investors, and look, there it is. It just popped up, investors-day one email, let's go see some homes. So it is saved. It is now in my quiver. It's in my arsenal. It's in my library. So I can access this message anytime I want. So now I want you to go back to Add Template again. Click the green button on the right. Scroll down past email to SMS template. This is a text message. Give it a name. Investors. In my case, day one text. And what am I going to title it? Same thing. Let's go see some homes. You can do anything you want. And then you type in the content of your message. In this case, it's not allowing us to customize the message. So I'm going to say, just sent you an email. Would love to schedule some time to show you a few great investment properties. And then I'm just going to sign Frank Gray, Abbey Realty. Okay. Once you have completed your content message, select Add Template. Boom. Now, quick little navigation feature you need to be aware of. We're looking back at templates. You see the blue navigation bar? Email is highlighted by default. If I want to see that text message I just created, I have to go to the next item and select text message. Otherwise, you're going to think everything you created just dropped into a black hole. You don't know where it went. Text message, investors is already there by default. I search for it, and there it is. There's my text message. I can go back to it. I can edit it if I want to. Just click the edit button, and it brings it right back up. Yes, exactly the same way. If I go back here to emails, still under templates, I've got investors in the search window. I hit enter. There's my email message. I can come over here and hit edit. There it is. You'll see there's another option here. Next to edit, there's an option for clone. There will be times when you want to insert the same template over and over and over. And you can just clone it, clone, 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 and then go in and change. This is my day 1 call, my day 2 call, my day 3 call, and it may be the same thing that you're doing every single day. If you haven't reached them yet, it might be, hey, this is Frank at Abbey Realty following up with you. I really want to show you some of those lakefront properties. Call me when you can. If I don't hear from you, I'll give you a call back tomorrow. And you just repeat that same thing day after day. If you hit the clone, you don't have to do it all from scratch. Okay?
Is there a way to share? So let's say I wanted to share something that I've done.
There is. If you go back, I'll show that to you. Okay? Let's go back, hit the green button again, add template. This time, go down to task. So we're doing another thing. What is our template name? Keep your naming consistent. So this is investors in my case, whatever yours is. This is going to be day 1. What is my task? Mail business card. Whatever you want to do, whatever your task could be. Here it is. Here's the answer to your question, Ryan. Template scope. This is where, do you have an option for Abbey Realty or Company? Under scope.
I'm not sure. Let me check.
Yeah, the others are shaking their heads no. If you don't, then you can't share. I have the option, as you can see on mine, I can create things for the company or for Abbey Realty. In this case, it's the same. And I actually have done that. I'll share that with you when I'm done here. So day 1, mail business card. I'm just selecting, this is for myself. The title of this is going to be mail business card. And what is the content? Mail business card. It doesn't have to be fancy. Do you have this option to assign down here? Okay, that's just an administrator then. So I'm going to save that, add the template. So now we have all created an email message, a text message, and a task. Let's do one more. Go back under add template, come down, and let's do a call template. Template name, investors dash day 1 call. Template scope is yourself, my content. So what do I want to say when I make this first call? I'm going to write a message down that I'm going to see when I get this call reminder. So I'm just going to say, hi, I'm going to put lead name in parenthesis, This is Frank with Abby Realty. I saw that you were looking at investment properties on my website. Did you see anything that looked interesting to you? Great. I'm going to presume they did. If not, then I'm going to clarify what they're looking for. Great. When would you be available to go take a look at some of them? Boom. Because, quick reminder, what is the purpose of every call to a new prospect? Get the appointment, get face-to-face, schedule that showing, because it's the agent who gets face-to-face first. That's where you connect. It's where you create the emotional bond. Otherwise, you are just a commodity. You're one of many, many agents who followed up with them because they've registered on lots of websites. The one who gets face-to-face is going to be the one at the closing table. Add the template. Boom. Okay, so now we have completed stage 2. We've decided on a target audience. We have created our templates. Now, if we had unlimited time, we would go back and repeat this process about 10 times on our templates. We've all done day 1. Well, now we need to do day 2. Let's do day 3, maybe day 5, day 10, day 15, day 30.
So would that be cloning for all those different days you can change what you want to say, or?
It would be cloning only if your messaging is the same. That's the only thing that's going to save you time. And I promised I'd give you an example of that. Let me just show you. So I'm going to come up here under email. I created a campaign this morning called Waterfront Deals. So, and it's actually my call that I cloned. So waterfront calls, so I'm searching there. Here we go. So my day 2 call, let's open this up. It says, hi, this is Frank with Abby Realty, just hoping to connect so we can schedule some time to see some of the amazing waterfront bargains you saw on my website. You can reach me at this number, or if I don't hear from you, I'll try you again later. Take care. That's the day 2 message. Let's see what the day 3 message is. Same thing. That's a clone. Day 4. Let's see what that is. Same thing. Because what I'm doing, I'm calling back with the exact same message until I make contact.
So all you would do is go to that waterfront listing that you created the first time and then just hit clone and it'll all back with the number?
The template. What I would go to is my day 1 template right here. Open that. So the day 1 message was a little different. I saw you were checking out waterfront deals on my website. Did you see anything you really liked? Great. Would you be available later this afternoon to see a few of them in person? That's not this, that I can't clone that message. That's unique. So I'm going to come over here to day 2 because they didn't respond to my message day 1. And yes, this is the message I want to clone. So after I create it, instead of hitting the edit button, I go over and hit the clone button, and it just creates another copy and another copy and another copy. No. So once you clone it, let's see what happens here. I'm going to clone this day 1 call to message, clone template. I'm hitting the green clone button, and you'll see now, I'm going to have to come back here and search for it again. Boom, under call. You'll see it's identified as a copy. So now I can edit that copy. First of all, I'm going to get rid of copy, and then I'm going to come in here and change the day or the call number. So I'm going to call this day 6 voicemail. We'll keep calling, update the template, and now I have day 6. And the reason I'm doing this, instead of just having a day 1 that I'm saying over and over and over, is If I put it into my campaign, if I add this template, then I'm going to get a reminder every day to make that call to that client. It's going to show up in my kvCORE system as a task. And if I go in every day, if I'm using this system properly, every morning I'm going to open it up and I'm going to see I have 14 tasks today. Scroll down, one of them is this. Call this client with this message who registered an interest in waterfront properties. It does. Shows up on your home screen, yes.
So if they respond to you, you turn back.
Yes, yes. If I actually make contact with a client, I'm going in and turning off this campaign for them, because the entire purpose of this campaign is to make contact. I'm going to call, email, and text every single day until they respond. Not beyond 10 days. I'm not going to keep every day after that, but I'll do it every day for 10 days. And then I'll do it on day 15, and then day 30, and day 60. And after that, they're going into my long-term email follow-up. I'm not going to keep calling and texting.
Now, is this just a cycle that you've seen works best for you? That every 2 days, and then after that, there's a 5, there's results.
So people who convert online leads at the highest levels will actually be more intense than this. So I'm just sharing this as a sample. But day one, they're getting call, text, and email from you. I would probably repeat that twice, day one, that cycle. Bing, 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 barrage. 2-3 hours later, bing, bing, bing. And then probably do 3 times day 2 and 3 times day 3, and then back off to once a day through day 10. Because that way they're hearing from you twice on day 1. We're presuming you don't have an entire day, because they may register at 2 in the afternoon or 6 in the evening. They're still going to hear from you 6 times that day, once by each of these 3 methods. Day 2, you've got a full day to work on them, so they should be hearing from you at 9 in the morning, at noon, and then again at 6 in the evening. And you can actually, when we get into campaigns, you'll see you can schedule the exact times that these messages are going to go out on day 1, day 2, day 3. Okay? It's a fire hose, but you have to, in order to break through and make contact with them. Then as soon as you do, go in there and take that hashtag off, and that will turn off the campaign.
Once they start that,
We'll get into that. Yeah, I'll show you. It's as simple as pulling up their contact record. You'll see all the hashtags you've associated with them. You delete this one. Whatever campaign hashtag, which it might be, in my case, investors or waterfront properties, I take it off. And that stops the campaign. Okay, so we have been in templates. We have built an email, a text, a call, a task. Again, you'll do multiples of each of these going forward. Let's go now to the next step, number 3, assembling the campaign. So click, you're staying in the same area, marketing autopilot, but go back to the first gray tab, which says campaign library. And now on the right, very similar process, where it says add campaign. Go ahead and click on that. Campaign scope. Ryan, do you have the opportunity to go beyond yourself here? Okay. So you don't have the ability to share. So start the campaign when. Here you need to choose. Lead is new, lead is transferred, moved to hashtag. I'm going to suggest that you just select moved to hashtag. That's what gives you complete control. Because if you just select lead is new, and then later you're going to see you're going to tag it as a buyer, then every new buyer who goes into your CRM is going to start getting this campaign. We don't want that. Hashtag allows us to carefully tailor this message. So select a hashtag. Here, if you've not created one, just type it in, whatever your target audience is. So let's just say in my case, it's investors. Well, you can see I've already created that before. It pops up below, so I can scroll down and select it. If I had never created it before, when I typed it in, it gives me the ability to click the button to create it. So whatever you need to do, you do it right there. So in this case, because I want to do it new, I'm going to say investors new, my new campaign. Okay, and then it says press enter to create a new tag. There it is. I just did it. I created a new hashtag. You saw it happen, birthed right before your very eyes. Okay, graphic. It's all right. It's part of life. Okay, so we did that. We've identified that this campaign is going to be triggered by a hashtag. Now come down here and click the next button. Can you include more than one hashtag? Awilda is asking. Your clients can have multiple hashtags, but to trigger a campaign, you're only going to identify one hashtag. I could hashtag, for example, this person could be an investor hashtag. They could also be a luxury home hashtag. They can receive both campaigns. But when you're setting up the campaign, just one hashtag. Okay, so we're going to click next. And what you'll see, it's going along this top navigation bar. We were at campaign logic 1, now we're at design 4. Who is this designed for? Buyer, seller, renter, vendor, agent, or all? All would be like my sphere of influence. I want everybody to receive this. This is a buyer campaign. The reason this is important is if you had back under campaign logic, if you had selected start when lead is new, then when you put in a new buyer, it's going to trigger the campaign. But we don't want all buyers receiving this because it's a very narrowly targeted campaign. But you could, if you had a generic buyer campaign, hey, so glad you're looking for a new house, nothing more exciting than moving into a new house, then you could do that. Probably not as effective, but it is a buyer. So we've selected that. Now go next. Set the details. What is your campaign name? Who are you targeting? Who's your target audience? So I'm just going to call mine investors and then describe it. I'm going to say people who respond to my fixer-upper Facebook ads. Okay, that way I'll kind of know where they're coming from. Once you do that, you need to click always run yes or no, locked yes or no. Always run by default yes. Every time somebody goes into my CRM with this hashtag, I want this campaign going out. That saves you from having to go in and individually turn it on. Locked yes or no, I believe that has refers to editing capabilities. I don't want to lock it. I may want to come back and tweak it. So I'm going to say no, which is the default. Go next again, review and add. So this is scoped for, or who's the agent going to use it. It runs for agents. It starts when the undefined tag is added. That shouldn't say that. That should actually say, oh, I didn't apparently lock in that new hashtag. Let me just select this one. Now it's there. So now if I go back here to review and add, there it is. So now my investors tag is added. It's for buyers. My campaign is called Investors New. Campaign description, people who respond to my fixer-upper Facebook ads, always run yes, lock yes. Okay. So the review worked. I noticed I hadn't properly hashtagged, so I was able to go back and fix it. It all looks good now. So we hit the magic green button again, add campaign. Boom. So now if I wanted to search in my library for my campaigns, I just type in the title of it. In this case, it was Investors New. Okay, it's not finding it. Let me refresh and see if it comes up. My library.
A lot of times when you put that in, it'll end up being, when you create a new one, it'll be the top one.
Yes. So in this case, I just needed to refresh. And there it is. And if I take out the search, it didn't go to the very top. Oh, it appears, well, I don't know where it is, but I could search it and bring it back up. Okay, so now we've completed 3 steps. We've decided on our target audience. We have created our templates. We've assembled our campaign. Oh, we haven't assembled, have we? We created the campaign. So now we do need to bring it up. So find your campaign, search for it in your library here. Investors New is mine. So I'm going to open it up, click on it. This is where we take those building blocks, the templates, and start bringing them in to create an actual campaign. So your screen should look like this. Again, the magic green button on the right. Go over here, click Add an Action. What do we want to add? We want to add an email. Now we're going to find it. So I'm going to select here. Let's see, is there a search button? View this template. Yes. The name. Let's see if it can find it. Investors. Template. I guess I thought there was going to be a search here. Let's come all the way to the bottom. Oh, if I just start typing, it'll show up. There it is. Woohoo! Thank you. Okay, and it did pull up the one we built. Hi, first name. Thanks for checking out the great investment properties on my website. When are you available to go see a few of them? Thanks, agent first name. Okay, that looks great. We want to go ahead and click. Well, this is a day 1. Do I want this to run the moment the lead is created? If I do, I click run immediately. Okay, looks good. Then I'm gonna tag this name a little bit more. Investors day 1 email. Let's go see some homes. Okay, now it's very descriptive, and I'm gonna click add. So now we see under campaign actions, our first brick is there. Let's go ahead and add another action, green button. Let's do a call. Okay, action, task reminder. Create a task reminder for an agent to call a specific lead. Is that what we want to do? That's what's going to show up on the dashboard of our kvCORE account. Or call me, includes a call to the assigned agent and then connects them to the lead. Wouldn't that be slick?
That's what we should be doing with leads that pop in.
There we go.
Calling them immediately.
Okay. Teresa says no sound. Can everybody else hear me, or anybody else hear me?
Yes.
Robin hears. Thank you, Robin. Appreciate that. Wilda hears me. Dawn hears me. So, Letha, I suspect that is your volume control. Kevin hears me. Okay. We've identified the problem. All right. Appreciate all the feedback. Here we go. That was rude, wasn't it? I meant that in the kindest possible way. Kindest possible way. Got to have a little fun. Okay, so I'm going to add that. Boom. So now, as soon as that lead's created, my phone is ringing. And when I answer it, it's going to connect to the client. That's pretty slick, isn't it? There is no faster way for you to respond to a lead than that. They create the lead, boom, text goes out, email goes out, your phone rings, you answer, boom, their phone is ringing. That is pretty cool. That is awesome.
Will you know them when the phone's ringing? Will you know why?
Probably not. I don't know.
They might tell you,
Yes.
You can save the kvCORE into your contacts, and that way when it calls you from the same.
Yes.
And so save, yes, they call you from this number, yeah, to be your client.
And then when you answer, it tells you who.
When you answer it, it's like, please hold on for calls and then call.
Yes. So does it tell you that this lead is in response to a particular campaign?
For me, like we have things that opt into our kvCORE.
Yes.
With this lead system, I have hashtags and certain things. So I get the text message before I get the phone call.
Okay.
So-and-so with lead source is calling, and then I get the phone. Or
Okay,
I
great.
get the text notification of what they're looking at.
Yes.
And then my phone rings.
Okay.
Did it text to you?
Yeah, you have that set up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a very important point Ryan just made. We should go back and set up a task.
Yeah.
So that, well, no.
No,
If it's a task, it's just going to show up on our dashboard.
right.
How are you getting this text message that a new lead has been created? Is that just built into the system?
Yeah.
Okay, so it happens automatically.
When it pops in, I get a notification that I've got something.
Okay.
But it doesn't tell you if it's just a buyer or an investor, does it?
It tells me all of their details, exactly what they clicked on,
Okay.
what they've seen, what you.
This is beautiful.
Yeah, where they are.
Okay, so you don't have to actually set this up at all. When the new lead is created, you will get a text message notification giving you all the details on the lead. And then your phone will ring and connect you with them. So it really is a beautiful system.
It's bang, but I have it set up to where it notifies me first before kvCORE calls.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
people call me about something I have no idea about.
Yes.
So you have it set up to where the kvCORE makes a call immediately to the. So how did you do that?
Right here. Well, that's what we did right here. We immediately on the call.
So you had a campaign set up for your target. Yeah. I know in our business, but it's really about speed the lead, right? And so if you're the first person that's getting on the phone with them, I mean, if it's there's 6 other agents getting the same, you know. Well, even with the kvCORE leads, I've got it down, but if I call back, I mean, within, well, they're still sitting at their computers. So within 15 minutes, you're going to get a response.
Yeah.
Much longer than that.
So let's finish our campaign here. Let's go ahead and add another action. Appreciate all that helpful information. We haven't added our text yet, so let's go to SMS. Come up here, template, type in your title. There it shows up, Investors Day 1 text. So I'm just going to give it the same name. Day 1 text. Let's go see some homes. View this template. Let's make sure that's what we wanted to say. Just sent you an email. Would love to schedule some time to show you a few great investment properties. Frank Gray, Abbey Realty. Excelente. Run immediately. Yes, this is the one we wanted going out immediately. But notice this. Let's say that we were on day 2 or day 3. If we're not going to hit run immediately, right here we can select hours, time value, let's say 3. Let's add this. And then it tells us over here, hour 3. I hope that's not 3 a.m. But
It's 3 hours after it starts, after that lead pops in.
oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Let me go back here. I misunderstood that. So time unit, I actually want days. So I want this to be day 2 or day 3. Let's say day 2, update. So now when I look at my campaign, there it is. This text message going out on day 2. So then I do day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, and just build the whole thing out. That's correct. That's why we should have, I said, build 5 calls, 5 text messages, 5 emails, and then we would just add action, add the next email, add the next text, add the next call, okay? You just build the whole thing. And then you'll have 15 to 20 items. And then if you want to do a day 30, a day 60 or whatever, you can do that as well.
But if they respond, then you stop that action.
I would, because the entire intent is to get into conversation. Once you're in conversation, you're going to be sending an email and texting them and calling them about other things, like the house we just saw, or you'll be setting them up on an auto search to be automatically notified. You'll have other communications. All of these communications have one purpose, is to break through, get the dialogue going. Once we have an actual conversation, we're trying to set a face-to-face appointment. That's it. Okay? All right. So I could clone this, I could edit it, I could remove it. I like it. So right here, thank you. So over on the left where it says campaign active, boom. So now we have completed number 3. We have assembled our campaign. We have one step left, and that's to create the trap, the bait, the ad, the message that we're going to put out there to get people to actually click and register. So let's go back here to, I believe it's lead engine. There it is. Let's do squeeze page because this one is so super simple. Select a domain. Do you have options there, or is it just your own? Just your own. Okay. I'm going to select mine, my web page, and then start building. By default, this squeeze page is multi-property. You could also choose single property, a seller squeeze page. You could do a market report. I'm going to suggest we just do multi-property, keeping your target in mind. This is how we'll start today. So area, this is like an MLS search. I'm going to say Montgomery County. I type Montgomery, I get options that come up. I select Montgomery County. Listing type, what do I want? What am I promoting? What's my target audience? I'm going to go back and do single family. I put in minimum and maximum prices if I want to, min and max square footage if I want to, acreage if I want to, baths, walk score. The real key here is options. Come down to the bottom of the page and check out what you have here. And by the way, this is how you select your target audience, because these are the squeeze pages which will target them. So waterfront, water view, views, reduced, foreclosures, short sales. Look at all these. Master on main floor, air conditioned, has a basement. That would be a very narrow list. Seller financing, no HOA. Think about no HOA could be a very powerful target audience. A lot of people hate HOAs. If I want to park my pickup truck on the front yard, I don't want nobody giving me grief about it. Okay? Lots of people like that. There's one right there. I can tell Scott's like, that's me. I'm putting that pickup front on the front yard. So pool homes, as we learned, that's actually pool neighborhood. In my case, I'm going to go fixer upper. I could have chosen foreclosures, distressed seller, but I'm just going to do that. And then page configuration, what is my source? In other words, am I going to generate this? I'm going to do it from Facebook ads. I could put Google pay-per-click. It's really for my information. What's my hashtag? This is the magic. This is where we link our ad to everything we just created. So investors, there we go. There it is, right there. Facebook cover photo. Hit the drop-down menu. Use listings from search results. Use low price listings from our brokerage, et cetera, et cetera. Why don't we just use the listing from the search results? That makes the most sense to me. Property views allowed before registration. Default is 2. That's probably reasonable. Some of you might want them to, no, they have to register as soon as they land. Well, they'll probably skate off. Or you could go deeper. 3, 5, 10. That's a strategy issue. You may want to do some A/B split testing and figure out what gets you the most registrations. I'm going to leave it at default 2. Direct link, come down here, just click the green button right here to generate the links. Boom. Now I have a long link and a short link. I am going to copy the short link. Is that what that means? I didn't know if it would explode if I clicked on it. I just wasn't sure. Okay. Copy to clip, I won't break it. Copy to clipboard, that's what it says. Okay. So now, I mean, we got the whole thing. What's left? We got to put it somewhere, okay? So let's go ahead. I'm going to open up a Facebook. I'm going to go to I'm going to see if it will let me post this on an Abby page. Abby, I posted one this morning on my personal page, and Ryan was very gracious to jump right on it and comment. But you know what I realized as soon as I saw your comment? I had not actually created the campaign. I'd built all the templates.
It let me do the search criteria.
Yes, but you didn't start getting stuff from me.
No.
And that's why, because I hadn't linked it to I hadn't assembled the campaign. So I'm going to go here to Abby Realty Exclusive Agents Group. I am just going to paste Control V, that little short link, and then I'm just going to wait patiently, smoke a cigar, watch a soap opera, all the things I love to do. There it is. Didn't take long. So I can come up here. I don't like the fact that I don't think they let you edit the description below the photo. And homes in Montgomery County is not descriptive of what I'm wanting. So I'm going to have to put in a message here, and I'm going to say investor specials. Click the image below to see below market price properties in Montgomery County. Great deals. Okay, there we go. Now put a little message. Abby agents, this is a classroom project. We really not trying to sell you a fixer-upper. 2 X's, okay? All right, all good? So I come down here and post. And we're live on Facebook. Now, the first time I ever did this, that I created an ad and I clicked on it, I did it through the Abby homesearch.com, the office website. And if a consumer does that, it rotates the Abby agents whose web page it lands on. And it landed on Ranger Smith's. So now every time I do this, it creates a lead for Ranger because it saved my contact into his CRM as a lead. Now in this case, I believe I saved this campaign on my personal website. Yes, you can see it, frankgray.abbyhomesearch. So I don't think this one will go to Ranger. Don't want to bother him. So here's what it looks like when it shows up. Just listed. Now, fortunately, these start saying fixer-upper, foreclosure. And so the client realizes they got what they asked for. The one I did this morning for investor specials, no, I'm sorry, this morning I did waterfront. They popped up, said waterfront, water view. And so the clients are getting what they asked for. There we go. Let's say I want to check out this one in Conroe. I want to view details. What I'm trying to do is to see if it's going to require me to register. It's probably not because I'm in the system, but let's just see. I'm scrolling through photos. There's 3 photos. So it already knows who I am. I've already registered. By the way, is this a deal? $249,000. It's not much of a house.
5 acres.
5 acres. So probably 40 grand an acre and 50 grand for the house. That's probably what it is. Oh yeah, see, it knows who I am. Well, it landed on my page right there, and it knows that's me. So that's why it didn't ask me to register. But that's it. That's the whole system.
Are you going to show us the ones that were in the library?
So we can, Robin wants to see the one from the library. That's very simple. If we just come back here to Marketing Autopilot, go into Smart Campaigns, start a campaign. The campaign library opens by default. And if you have not created custom campaigns, you can open these and just take a look at them. Like the default campaigns start with default. So default new lead buyer. Let's take a look at that. You can just open it up, and here's all the campaign actions. The immediate text, the immediate call, the first email day one buyer. Let's just open that up. If we click edit, and then we click view, it will tell us exactly what kvCORE thinks a buyer needs to hear. So the subject line, thanks for checking out Jim's website. Are you looking to buy soon or just browsing at this point? Regards, and then the name. So they're following that same strategy, just a real quick message. And that sounds more like it's personalized than if you were to write. Nobody's going to write 4 paragraphs to each lead, and you'll get more response that way. There is an opt-out message at the bottom, an unsubscribe message. So I'm going to close that. Let's just jump down here to day 15. What are they saying on day 15? Edit. View template. Oh, this is just a task reminder for the agent. Call and do not leave a voicemail. Okay. By the way, that's really never my strategy. Unless I'm doing a technique, and I forget what we call it. It's not fire hose. It's kick in the door or something. Where you get a new lead, you call them immediately, they don't answer, you hang up. You call back, they don't answer, you hang up. You call again, you call 3 times in a row. By the 3rd time, they're probably going to answer. No, they're not happy. Well, let's do that, okay? Answer the phone. Ring, ring, ring.
Hello?
Hey, Debbie?
Yes.
Hey, Debbie, this is Frank Gray at Abbey Realty. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, come on, be mad.
Oh, why do you keep calling me?
Oh, Debbie, I'm so glad you answered this time. You just registered on my website and indicated an interest in that pool home in Alden Bridge. We've had a tremendous amount of interest in that home. So I wanted to reach you as quickly as I could to schedule an appointment for you to see it. Are you available this afternoon?
Yes.
But you see the point? Why was I hammering her? We call it the hammer technique. It was for her benefit, because she's interested in that home and it may get snatched out from under her. So whenever you do something like this, make sure you have a response that is in the interest of the client. You're doing it for their benefit, not yours. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, that's what we came to learn today. Did you learn it?
Yeah.
Okay.
They have to review also, because
We will all need to review, and that is why, Yudi, we recorded this session. And I'll have it up on our YouTube channel typically within an hour or 2. I'll get the recorded version available to me.
So on our default, or on mine, if you don't mind, default lead buyer alert under campaign actions, it doesn't want you to see the default. It doesn't want you to see what's actually written.
Right.
So you don't have an edit option?
They're all locked.
That does.
Look at it like as an edit on them, like I can't.
On the default campaigns.
Yeah.
So that might be an administrative setting that I need to release them or something. I will reach out to kvCORE and see if that's the case. Okay. All right, I'm going to end the recording. Thank you to all of you who joined us online. Still 21 of you out there in the worldwide viewing audience. Again, if you need to review this or if you came in late, and I know a number of you did, we'll start from the very beginning on the recording, which should be on our YouTube channel within a couple hours. All right, thanks everybody. Thanks, Teresa, appreciate it. Thanks, Leanne. Boom. Saving to the cloud. Michael Huff just left, so he did make it on, Tom. Thanks, Kevin. Okay, end meeting. There we go.
So, Frank,